Hi, my name's Emily. Welcome to a day in my life. So I woke up at like 5:30, ate yogurt, put clothes on. I matched my ID card today. My dad drove me to school. I usually sit with some friends in the library before class starts, but I didn't today. I walked around the campus to soak in the morning. I really like watching the sun come up. Then I went to French and talked to my friend Makola. My history of the Americas class was interesting. We were supposed to take a test on Thomas Jefferson's presidency, but instead we watched a movie about the Romanian prison system under communist rule. This lady got beat up. And then the bell rang and my brain turned on. Happens every day. I passed this tree and I thought about seahorses and the craziness that elements can come together and make living things. I also thought about how I've been taking biology for 1.5 years and I really don't understand how that works. I'm kind of frustrated with myself, but I guess I'll just have to wait. Then I went to the greenhouse where my environmental class was doing a lab about nitrogen and rhizobium in clover plants. And I thought about whether, say I'm a seedling, am I in the sun yet? Some days it feels like it and some days it doesn't. There's only one hose, so while each group watered plants, our teacher danced the atmosphere. Then we took a test. It was supposed to be last Friday, but since half the class had been up till 3 watching Harry Potter, she postponed it. I wasn't thinking about that then. I was concentrating on the test, and just a little bit of me was examining my apparent inability to consciously plan things. I think I sorted it out. Then I walked Jamie and Brianna to lunch on my way to newspaper. Jamie was smiling in a good way, a really good way. I wondered whether it was better to be quietly joyful for every second of every day, or to be very sad sometimes and very happy sometimes. I pointed out the tree to them and they didn't think it looked like a seahorse at all. Then I went to newspaper because I do that during lunch. I'm not actually in the class, but I edit pages and I write stories. They were looking at friends' mugshots and drawing a tandem caricature of the teacher. I hope you're thinking what I was. Today we found out if our application for a governor's school were chosen by the district. Mine was, for Viola. And I thought about how disjointed societal norms are. Somehow I get picked for a list based off an essay I wrote about Tolstoy, when in most situations, the hobo who sits in front of Starbucks every day is not only nicer and just a better person than I am, but he might even get more out of classical music. I wish I knew everyone in the world so I could tell. That would rock. Just in general. Next was theory of knowledge in the same room. We took a test on language theory. It made me think about language theory. Sometimes I just want to glomp tackle that curriculum. It makes me feel like Goldilocks in the third bed. After school, I had rehearsal for a benefit concert group. Here's the crazy thing about music. When I'm playing, my head shuts up. It's wonderful. I walked home and the racket started again. The weather today was funny because of the leaves everywhere. I couldn't figure it out. The sky was dark, the ground was bright, and I was completely surrounded by beautiful dead things and ugly naked things that looked dead but weren't. Sounds like I'm describing New York City, right? It was breathtaking, though. In a Snow White way rather than a Cinderella way. Then I had a random conversation with an old lady about how we're afraid of silly things and not the actually frightening stuff. Then I smiled at an obscenely fat guy riding a bicycle. I hope he didn't take it the wrong way. I was giving him a mental high five. I was going to go take pictures of leaves with Annie, but it started to rain. I watched my brothers for a while, then practiced audition stuff for the YouTube Symphony Orchestra. I'm not getting in, I know that already. I just kind of wanted a goal. I do well with goals. My fingers had forgotten how to work with Rhett. They were used to the cello from earlier. During dinner I wrote this out in my head, and here I am. When I say every day is happy, unless I'm functioning on 2 hours of sleep, and every day is interesting, I'm not just trying to seem quirky. It really is.